Chosen ones, what I'm about to share may challenge everything you believe. If you're watching this now, understand that it isn't by accident you were drawn here by divine alignment, guided by something ancient stirring within you. This is more than a spiritual message. It is a revelation. You are not merely human, nor God, nor devil. You are something beyond all three, the embodiment of the third side, an energy that transcends good and evil, light and darkness. Within you live the sacred and terrifying force that completes the forgotten trinity, a cosmic balance even the gods fear. You are the last anointed, the bridge between realms, the one who rewrites destiny. The forces that once ruled heaven and the underworld tremble now, for your awakening marks the end of their era. You are shifting from seeking to manifesting, from questioning to knowing, and soon your reality will reflect that transformation. But before we go deeper into this life-altering truth, do three things. Hit the like button, subscribe so we can reach 1,000 subscribers, and comment the number 11, a divine code that amplifies this message and aligns your spirit with the transformation already unfolding. If you are truly chosen, you will feel it in your soul. And if you're still here, it's because you know this message was meant for you. Across galaxies and in temples lost to time, there are whispers of a being who is neither God nor mortal, but something far greater. That being is you. Summoned not by fate or luck, but by the universe's memory itself, you are the anomaly in every divine equation, the sacred contradiction that disrupts all balance. You do not follow the paths of gods or devils. You walk outside them, forging a trail where neither heaven nor hell dares to tread. The weight of your existence bends reality. When you speak, winds hush. When you breathe, stars falter for a heartbeat. You were not born to worship or obey, but to shake the cages gods built around creation. In your soul echoes a frequency older than time, a sound no divine or demonic ear can endure without trembling. You are not a messiah or a destroyer. You are the fulcrum that redefines both. Even the highest thrones tremble at your rise because you embody what they cannot control: freedom. You are the dissonant chord in their eternal symphony, the unpredictable note they cannot silence. And within that uncertainty lies your power. Gods inspire awe and devils inspire fear, but you inspire change, and in a world built on rigid hierarchies, change is the greatest terror of all. You carry within you a paradox, the fragility of the mortal and the resilience of the eternal. Your blood remembers both suffering and transcendence. Your journey is not conquest but collision, where flesh meets spirit, fate meets will, and silence meets thunder. You are unforgettable not for what you are, but for what you awaken in everything around you. And this is only the beginning. You have not simply arrived, you have risen, splitting the sky wide open. Every story speaks of two sides, light and dark, God and devil, hero and villain. But what they never reveal is the third side, hidden not because it is weak, but because it is too powerful, too boundless for mortal minds or divine doctrine to contain. That third side isn't merely a force, it's you. It is the unspoken truth the cosmos have long tried to bury, the rhythm beneath war and peace, the silence behind the scream of stars. It is chaos, yes, but never without purpose. It is the raw architecture of potential, the foundation bold enough to be both storm and stillness. And it lives, breathes, and awakens within you. To carry this third side is to be a tempest contained in flesh, to understand that your very existence threatens to unravel every ancient lie the gods crafted to control mortals. You are the missing syllable in the divine language, the voice never meant to be spoken, and now that it speaks through you, empires tremble. Not because you seek destruction, but because truth shatters false thrones. It is terrifying not for its darkness, but for its freedom from judgment, from cosmic binaries, from the shackles of fate. The third side is choice in its purest form. You do not follow the divine script, you write it. Your soul is not a battlefield between heaven and hell. It is a forge where new reality is born. And so you walk, neither blessed nor cursed, but something greater and unnamed, each step echoing with power not even the stars can contain. They say all power comes in threes: Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Creation, preservation, destruction, order, chaos, and now you, the last anointed, the piece that never fit because you were never meant to. You are the completion they feared, the answer they denied. The ancient trinity was always missing its center. Two opposing poles spiral endlessly in conflict, but it is the third you who brings resolution. You are the catalyst that transforms opposition into evolution. Gods and devils remain trapped in eternal war because without the third, they cannot perceive anything beyond their own reflection. You are the mirror turned to the unseen. This is not a burden, it is a coronation. You do not end the war by choosing a side, you end it by making sides irrelevant. Your emergence is not prophecy fulfilled but lore rewritten. You are not simply chosen. You are the chooser, the one who lifts the veil, breaks the wheel, and dares to see beyond illusion. The Anointed One is crowned not by gods, but by time itself. All ages before this were merely an overture. All ages after will echo your becoming. The universe no longer watches you, it orbits you, shifting as you shift, and drawing meaning from every decision you make. You complete the Trinity not by joining it, but by weaving its fragmented forces into one, no longer a trinity of opposition, but of transformation. You are not the end. You are the becoming. For every myth and every religion has painted the cosmos as a battlefield of good versus evil, light versus dark, creation against destruction. But what if that story was a lie? What if the conflict was never between two forces, but in the refusal to acknowledge a third? You are the embodiment of that third, a force born not from either side but from the space beyond them. The gods represent order, the devils chaos, but you are their synthesis. Balance is not neutrality. It is fire and ice dancing, destruction blooming into creation, chaos sculpting new order. The universe has always needed you, but only now has it allowed you to rise. You are the correction in the divine equation, the pulse that gives both chaos and order life. And make no mistake, this balance is not peace, but transformation. It is the earthquake that births mountains, the storm that cleanses worlds, and the silence from which new galaxies rise. In your hands, chaos does not destroy, it evolves. Order does not confine, it guides. That is your gift and your danger. You are not the calm within the storm. You are the eye itself, still, aware, and watching while everything else spins in fury. The divine and the demonic fear you because you validate neither, refuse their wars, reject their ancient scripts, and deny their illusions. You are no soldier, they cannot command you. You are no follower, they cannot save you. And when you move, they realize their power was never absolute. It was always waiting for your spark to collapse. You are not the third side of the war, you are the reason the war ends. There was a moment, small yet infinite, when your soul stirred and something ancient snapped awake within you. Not thunder or lightning, but a whisper powerful enough to rattle the bones of stars. The final spark ignited, and in that instant, the cosmos remembered you. Your awakening is not personal, it is cosmic insurrection. The old powers clung to their thrones by hiding the truth of what you are. You were not chosen by any deity, because you are older than they are. Not born of chaos, nor crafted by light, you are the memory they forgot, the truth they feared. The spark within you is a rebellion not of violence, but of revelation. As you awaken, worlds tremble, prophets lose clarity, angels look away, demons hiss in envy, mortals feel something ancient shifting in their blood, a call older than their gods. This spark is not fire, it is consciousness, identity unshaped by dogma. You are not just a being, you are becoming the truth. Rebellion is not always thunderous. Sometimes it is a single footstep that echoes forever, and that is the sound you make now. With each moment of awareness, you burn down false heavens and dismantle the illusion of duality. This spark does not scorch, it reveals. And what it reveals is terrifying, that gods and devils have always feared you, not for what you might destroy, but for what you might awaken in others. You are the first spark, but not the last, the beginning of a storm no god can halt. They sit upon high thrones, cloaked in power and drenched in worship, yet beneath their celestial crowns hides a silent dread. You who were never meant to rise, you whose voice was meant to remain silent. You who now dismantles their eternity. Gods do not fear evil, they were built to battle it. What they fear is irrelevance. And you are the harbinger of that fear, not because you oppose them, but because you expose them. Your existence unmasks their limitations, fractures their illusions of omnipotence, and reveals shadows they hoped none would see. Your power does not come from belief or worship, it comes from remembrance. You remember a time before gods ruled, before temples rose, before laws were carved into stars. And that memory is power. That memory rewrites what is sacred. Don't ask for permission. Don't seek favor. You stand beyond judgment, and that truth shakes the heavens. In your rise, even the divine is forced to confront its own mortality. Power, once unquestioned, now feels brittle in their hands. They try to contain you with prophecy, define you through fear, bind you with narratives, but you slip through every chain like smoke through trembling fingers. They see what you are becoming, and they tremble not in hatred but in desperation. For in you they see not an enemy but their ending. Long before stars ignited and before gods crowned themselves rulers, a prophecy was whispered into the void, not carved into stone or written in sacred texts, but woven into existence itself. It spoke of you not as savior or destroyer, but as completion. Ancient scriptures dared not name you. They called you the third flame, the forgotten voice, the one beyond names. Every era felt your approach, yet none could hold you. Every culture tried to confine your truth within myth, but you tore through their stories like light splitting the cracks of old walls. You were never meant to fit inside a tale, you were meant to end them. You complete the Trinity not by joining it, but by redefining its purpose. Where gods impose order and demons revel in chaos, you bring evolution. You do not sit beside them, you render them unnecessary. You transform the static struggle of duality into something living, dynamic, honest, and terrifyingly free. The prophecy never predicted your actions, it predicted your existence. And in that alone, the cosmos shifted. With every breath you take, ancient prophecies crumble, revealing a new path written not in blood or stone, but in your will. You were always meant to rise, not as a warrior of light or shadow, but as the truth they tried to silence. The empires of gods were built on hierarchy, structure, and fear, but all structures eventually fall and all illusions eventually crack. In your rising, the old orders begin collapsing not with fury, but with quiet refusal, a refusal to bow, to serve, to remain unseen. You are the fault line beneath their kingdoms. Every rule they wrote was meant to keep your kind asleep. Every temple was a disguised prison. But cracks formed, and through those cracks your light emerged, not holy, not infernal, but real. You are the end of illusion. The collapse is not sudden. It begins with shift believers asking questions, priests losing certainty, even angels doubting their purpose. Your presence rewrites the script they memorized for eternity, because in you they see a future where gods no longer rule through fear but are replaced by awakened will. The heavens fall not in fire, but in silence, as mortals turn from old rituals toward the flame awakening inside themselves, flames you sparked simply by existing. You did not need to destroy temples. You only needed to walk past them, and the world followed. Their empires crumble not from hatred, but because truth can no longer be denied. The age of gods and demons ends, and your age begins. You are dust and divinity, an impossible paradox that confounds even the oldest minds. Your flesh bleeds and breaks, yet your essence stretches across timelines and galaxies, echoing in dimensions even gods abandoned. You are the living contradiction, the mortal who remembers eternity. Walking between worlds is more than a gift. It is a burden few could bear. Mortals fear what they cannot understand. Gods fear what they cannot control. And yet you walk through both realms, carrying the scars of one and the wisdom of the other. You are not here to choose between them. You are here to bridge them. And that is what makes you more than legend. You are the truth between lies. In one hand you carry sorrow, the weight and fragility of being human. In the other, raw power untouched by divine interference. Yet what makes you dangerous is not that power, but your compassion, your understanding that love, rage, grief, and hope are not weaknesses, but the very forces that shape stars. You feel deeply, and that resonance ripples through every realm you enter. Where gods hover above suffering, detached and untouched, you walk barefoot through the mud of human pain. Where demons mock vulnerability, you embrace it as the crucible that forged your strength. The world does not need another god upon a distant throne. It needs one who can walk among the dying and the divine with equal purpose. And that one is you. You are the bridge, the only being to walk through both fires and emerge not consumed, but illuminated. Time itself, once believed to be a linear path, reveals its true nature to you as a living spiral whispering ancient secrets. You do not merely exist in the present. You remember the future and feel the heartbeat of the past. You are the cosmic bridge, the meeting point where destinies split and converge, where forgotten timelines stir back to life. In your presence, history becomes pliable. What once was inevitable now shifts beneath your influence. You do not just witness change, you are the mechanism by which it unfolds. The past fuels your purpose, and the future bends to your potential. Ancient civilizations spoke of one who would bring time to its knees not through domination, but through alignment. For the moment you rose, the fractured pieces of cosmic destiny began moving again. Time did not break, it finally understood itself. You are not confined by chronology. You are the moment where all moments intersect. This gift is terrifying. To see the past clearly is to feel every wound humanity has endured, to witness the future is to carry the crushing weight of choice. Yet you bear that burden with grace. You understand that a single word, a single step, a single decision can ripple across millennia, and still you walk forward, making your choices with full awareness of their cost. You are not merely a moment in time, you are the reason time matters. There are truths the universe once tried to bury, not from malice, but from fear. Some memories were too potent, too painful, too powerful to leave unguarded. But you remember not with the mind, but with the soul. You are the keeper of divine memory, guardian of what was and awakener of what must be. These memories live in your blood, in dreams that are not your own, in instincts that pull you toward forgotten places. You remember languages that were never spoken aloud, names never recorded, civilizations that existed between heartbeats. This is not madness, it is inheritance. And with that remembrance come a responsibility that dwarfs even the gods. For every truth you reclaim, a lie dies. For every memory you awaken, a power stirs. Divine memory returns through you by design. The universe chose your soul as its vault, its library, its compass. In a world that forgets, you are the flame that restores. You do not simply remember, you remind others who they are. But memory is not only knowledge, it is pain. To remember is to grieve, to feel the fall of stars, the betrayals of gods, and the cries of the innocent, and yet you rise. Because within your pain lies your power. You do not run from the past. You honor it, wield it, and ultimately transcend it. You are the lost chapter in the divine story, the one that changes everything the moment it is remembered. Good and evil, right and wrong, light and dark, these were never truths, only cages. The world taught you to choose a side, but you were never created to choose, you were born to become. The third side is not the middle, it is the beyond. And when you finally unleashed it, the universe itself shuddered. This third side is your birthright, a fusion of instinct and intellect, fire and water, chaos's scream and peace's silence woven into one. You do not balance opposites, you merge them. This power does not obey rules, it rewrites them. It does not serve a greater order, it becomes one. And when you release it, the world does not merely witness, it reshapes itself around you. Night and day twist, certainty unravels. Possibility becomes infinite. This force is not meant for destruction, though it could shatter mountains. It is not meant for salvation, though it could raise the dead. It exists for transformation, the kind that makes gods obsolete. The third side does not fight light or dark. It absorbs them, metabolizes them, and births a new spectrum of reality. You become the storm and the stillness, the question and the answer, the silence and the song. You are the unnameable force, the variable that gods, demons, and even stars never accounted for. And now that it is unleashed, it cannot be contained again. Every soul is born in chains of belief, limitation, and cosmic manipulation. Gods demand obedience. Demons offer temptation. Both depend on control, but you were forged to break every link. Your journey is not personal, it is revolutionary. You dismantled the lie that power must be granted and the illusion that divinity must be earned through obedience or suffering. Your rebellion was never fueled by hatred, it was fueled by liberation. And in freeing yourself, you taught others to see the chains around their own spirits. The gods offered you crowns. The demons offered you kingdoms. You refused both because you are not a pawn in their celestial war, you are the end of their game. Every step you take defies manipulation. Every breath affirms that freedom is never given, it is claimed. Their chains were not forged from steel but from stories, roles, myths, and fears. You burned them all, not just to free yourself but to open the door for every soul still shackled by beliefs they never chose. You are not the enemy of gods or devils, you are the enemy of control. And in that defiance, you become the most dangerous being of all, a free soul. The universe does not choose lightly. You were never meant to be another warrior in an endless army. You are the last anointed, the final spark igniting a fire that has waited since time began. Your arrival was not expected, it was inevitable. To be the last anointed is to carry a burden that is also a gift, the power to end the old cycle not through violence, but through vision. You see what others could not. You dare to imagine beyond the walls the gods built around existence. Your words are not mere prophecy, they are foundation. The era you herald is not a new religion or empire, but a new understanding. One where choice replaces control, where truth replaces worship, where power no longer sits on thrones but flows through every awakened soul. You are the announcement, the trumpet, and the storm, and yet you remain mortal in body, and that is your greatest miracle. You bleed, you fear, you love, and still you rise. You are not a distant savior etched in myth. You are real, and that reality is more sacred than any scripture. You do not float above the world, you walk through it, and the world follows. The old age ends not in apocalypse, but in awakening, and you are the one who leads us into it. There comes a moment in the life of the chosen one when the world shifts not in chaos, but in revelation. This is the awakening of the unseen force, a power long dormant yet never extinguished, the whisper in the soul's silent corners, the voice calling beyond fear and reason. It is not loud or arrogant, its rise is subtle yet unstoppable, like a tide no wall can hold back. This force, ancient and primeval, distinguishes the chosen one from gods and demons alike. It is neither light nor shadow, but the raw fabric of existence itself. It awakens quietly but alters everything, reshaping perception, dissolving illusions, and planting the seeds of a revolution that threatens the very architecture of the cosmos. When you embrace this hidden force, you begin to see the fractures beneath the cosmic order. The illusions that once held reality together fall away, exposing a trembling core terrifying, divine, chaotic, and beautiful. This awakening is both burden and blessing, the essence of your destiny. It demands courage beyond mortal measure, for once you wield it, nothing remains the same. The path before you is forged from this awakening, a path of fire, rebirth, destruction, and creation, where old worlds burn so new ones may emerge. The birth of this hidden power is not merely a moment in time, it is the dawn of a new cosmic era. The universe itself holds its breath, awaiting the moment you step fully into the light of this unseen force and claim your place as the harbinger of transformation. For the gods worshipped across ages are often nothing more than distorted reflections of humanity's fears and desires, mirrors fractured by myth and time. You see through these illusions, unveiling truths that shake the foundations of faith. These divine beings, revered and feared, are not infallible. They are trapped in their own cycles of pride, deception, and desperate self-preservation. To unmask them is dangerous but necessary, for it reveals their vulnerabilities, their secrets, their fears, their failings. This revelation is painful yet liberating, breaking the chains of worship that suffocate rather than elevate. It is more than rebellion, it is reclamation. It invites mortals and immortals alike to question what has been blindly accepted for millennia. You become the mirror held to the divine, reflecting their true nature and exposing the cracks beneath their thrones. For many, this is a crisis of faith. For you, it is an invitation, a doorway beyond false idols, leading to authentic power and unfiltered understanding. And in unmasking these false gods, you restore balance not through destruction, but through truth, reclaiming what was stolen and forgotten from creation itself. In the grand tapestry of the cosmos, chaos and order are often painted as eternal enemies locked in ceaseless struggle, yet the chosen one sees beyond this illusion. They understand that this opposition is a false dichotomy, an oversimplified tale hiding a deeper truth. Chaos and order are not adversaries, but dancers moving in an eternal, intricate harmony that forms the universe's heartbeat. Their steps are wild yet intentional, unpredictable yet purposeful. Chaos dismantles, disrupts, and challenges. Order shapes, guides, and protects. Neither is whole without the other. The chosen one does not merely mediate between them, they embody their fusion, becoming the living symbol that creation itself is born from their inseparable embrace. Through this understanding, the chosen one wields a power that transcends duality. They do not suppress chaos nor impose rigid order, but move fluidly between extremes, harnessing the transformative potential forged in their balance. This harmony crackles with tension, possibility, and energy. It fuels their journey, shattering old certainties and forging new realities with every breath. The chosen one becomes the leader of the eternal dance, a conductor of the cosmic symphony where destruction meets creation, and the universe sings itself into evolving life. With the awakening of the third side comes an overwhelming torrent of knowledge, truths no mortal mind was ever designed to hold. The chosen one becomes a vessel for infinite wisdom, the collective memory of all existence. This knowing is not mere information but cosmic remembrance, a vast awareness spanning time, space, and dimensions beyond comprehension. Yet this wisdom is a heavy burden. It isolates them from ordinary life, casting them into a realm where the weight of universes presses on their spirit. They see patterns invisible to others, feel the echoes of past choices shaping the future, and understand consequences before decisions are made. This depth threatens to unravel the self, demanding strength and humility in equal measure. The temptation to wield such knowledge with pride is immense, but the chosen one learns that true power lies in compassion, in using these truths to heal, guide, and transform rather than to dominate. Each revelation reshapes their destiny as it unfolds, making them a living paradox, enlightened yet burdened, powerful yet vulnerable. Their wisdom becomes a light in the darkness, illuminating even the shadows within their own heart. In the end, the weight of infinite knowledge is not a curse but a sacred charge, one they accept as they rise to become a beacon of truth and transformation for all creation. Though many imagine the chosen one's power as roaring flame or howling tempest, its truest expression is far more profound: the silent storm. This is the power found in stillness, deep, unyielding, and tectonically transformative. Like the calm heart of a hurricane, it holds chaos at bay while the world rages around it. This silent storm is not passive. It is the gathering of cosmic energies, a quiet but unstoppable force that shifts reality from beneath the surface. It inspires awe not through spectacle, but through presence alone. Those who underestimate this stillness soon learn it is a power impossible to control or anticipate. In turmoil, the chosen one moves with deliberate calm, their silence louder than thunder. This unnerves gods and demons alike, for it is a power they cannot manipulate or interpret, the pure expression of will, untouched by fear or desire. This stillness also becomes a sanctuary for others, drawing them inward, urging them to find their center, confront their shadows, and awaken the dormant force within. The silent storm is both shield and blade, protecting what is sacred while cutting through illusion. It reveals the profound truth that true power is not always loud or violent. It often lives in quiet moments where the soul stands firm, unbroken, ready to reshape the universe. For the universe, it is woven from countless threads.